Hey, I'm Kev Kermis again. This is my final look at the WRC4 demo because the game is coming out today actually on PC, Xbox 360 and PS3 I believe, and as you can see, looking much better already in this introduction screen.
Welcome to the WRC4 demo. Drive in rally mode as one of the real WRC champions.
So we can only do rally mode in the demo unfortunately, and we're going to look at the options as well. Not much difference from WRC3 in the options, but yeah, I just thought I'll show you a bit more of the UI as well. It's so much improved, the rally footage in the background. It actually feels like a rally game. I thought much better than WRC3, which felt a bit like a random Japanese game or something, with the crazy aesthetics there with the cartoon drawings. But here we go, driving style. As you can see, they've got three types there: beginner, intermediate and advanced, and you can also customize that as well. So auto brake, you can put it all the way up, all the way down. I don't really like that. Braking help as well, stability, health, physical damage, you can limit it or put it on heavy here, as you can see, to light, medium as well. Opponents level from 1 to 10, and I find the opponents level much more accommodating this time. I played on 9 on those stages you've seen in the replays, and I was right up there on my first go virtually round there. I was about my 5th go in there, and so it's good to see that they kind of sorted out the AI. It seems on WRC3 I would have been about 20 seconds off of that type of laps or stage, so that's much better. Transmission, semi-automatic, manual, look to the apex as well, and rewind as well. You've got a few options there. So the controls, you can rebind them. I like changing the handbrake to A and having the gear up to B, because I have X and B for my gears in all the racing games I play on my pad. But yeah, it seems much better, this game. It feels like a rally game. That's good. That's good to see. Milestone making some huge steps here in the UI at least. And I will talk about the driving later as we go through more of the options here. So this is the HUD, split time bar, directional assistance. So if you find it hard to hear the co-driver at times, but you can adjust that in audio, stage time, the gauge, the speed unit. I have an MPH, that's the British way. Damage indicator, starting light, recommend to have it on because you don't really actually see the starting light, which is a bit of a shame in car. And rewind effect, you can have it off and on. And then audio options, as you can see, the engine, the replay music, I turn it all the way down for my replays. I don't like music over my rally cars in the replay. So you got the race SFX, the menu music, menu SFX, voiceover, co-driver, and co-driver timing. I have it on normal. You can have it on delayed, very early, or in advanced. And I don't like it in advanced because I can't sing that far ahead and my brain isn't capable of that. And I don't like it delayed because the corner's right on you, and you can't really plan out in rallying. It's about planning out the ways really, through a stage, as much as taking the corner as fast as you can. So you might have to compromise for one corner to go faster than another. So I don't really like that delayed option there, and I don't really use it. But normal seems fine for me, but it might be useful to others in the game, and that's good to see. That's an option there. So rally mode, we got single stage, you got championship and single rally, and I love this UI. It's so much better than WRC4, and the music as well, the menu music, so much better than that random dance music they have in the background. But as you can see, they got all 13 rallies from the official calendar. We can do Italy, and you can see Great Britain at the end, and Spain, which is actually where WRC are this weekend at the penultimate round. It'll be interesting to see if Robert Kubica can wrap up the WRC2 title here this weekend before he has that out, and of course in the section in Great Britain. But as you can see, you can now choose between 1 day, 2 day, or all 3 days of the rally. So that's a nice little touch again from Milestone, just to open up the game a bit more to the very, I say, limited casual market there, just to just make the game more accessible, more appealable there. So WRC, WRC2, WRC3 and Junior WRC, so all 4 WRC categories are there, and of course we're going to be in the main WRC category, and we're going to be Sebastian Ogier in his championship winning Volkswagen from this season. And as you can see, it's got loads of drivers here. It's got some of the privateers as well. It's even got a Hyundai in there as well, the car that's meant to come out in the WRC next season, and they're going to put out the test car, it seems, And so yeah, it's a bit like the Volkswagen WRC3. You know, it wasn't really officially in the championship, just testing, and really came into the championship this year. As you can see, the showroom just a bit too dark for my liking. You know, you can't really see the aesthetics of the car, but it is nice to see. It's a bit, I would say, Top Gear style, you know, Forza style, where you know, really shines the car, shine the light in the car, and really shows it off there. And that's a bit better than it was in WRC3 as well. And you might be gathering that I think this looks a bit more better than WRC3, at least in the UI, and it does. You know, it's a bit more professional looking, it's a bit more rally feel, and it is good to see that Milestone have made improvements and kind of listen to the fan base as well. I don't think many of us like that UI style on WRC3, and I think it was in WRC2 and the original WRC game from Milestone as well. But there is the Hyundai, the test car there, as you can see. I think it's the i20, and so that is good to see that is in the game as well. And you're going to see, we're going to choose the OJ, we're going to choose the Volkswagen. You also saw some information on the car as well, and it was interesting to see. And there's the typical loading menus, but just looks a bit more professional again as well. And now you're going to see a great feature, I think, in the service park.
All successful drivers understand the importance of the service park and of the decisions made there. Use the monitor on your left to get information about things like weather conditions or surface composition for the next rally. And if you want to modify your car settings, you can adjust every single parameter yourself. When you're ready to drive, just get in your car.
So here we are in the service park, and this is a bit like Richard Burns' rally or Colin McRae games, where you started in the service park before a rally, and you know, it's a nice little touch again. So, you know, just had to feel that you're in a rally, and you know, you're really in that, had into that atmosphere. But as you can see, the little information for the stage is nice to see. A bit more info as well on the gravel types there, as you saw. So it's nice little touches there. The car setup, you basically got the same parameters as in WRC3, but it just looks a bit better. You know, you don't have the blueprint of the car there, and you got the 3D model, so it's a bit better of suggesting which parts you are affecting. So it's a bit nicer to see. You couldn't really tell that from the blueprints, but as you can see, springs, compression dampers, rebound dampers, anti-roll bar to adjust there, and the suspensions and the transmission. You've got the gearing ratio, the front diff, the rear diff, and the traction balance. And I haven't really played around with the setup parameters here. I've mainly did the default, used the default setup, but you know, I didn't like the handling at first, so I did try and adjust it a bit. As you can see, handbrake strength, brake bias, max steering lock, rear downforce, and car height as well to adjust there. And so I did put like the brake balance a bit more rearward, because I was having that problem where touching too much brake, the rear would come out, and it didn't actually help. It actually made it a bit worse, I think, putting all the brake bias on the rear. And so, yeah, it's just like WRC3 basically, the adjustments, it seems, because I didn't really adjust much in WRC3 and really adjusted much in WRC4, but the adjustments I have made seem to be pretty similar, at least from this demo. As you can see, going to the default, and there's a bit of the settings there. And you also have car repair on the far right there, so again, just little touches adding to the atmosphere that you're in a rally. It is nice to see. You know, they've re-upped the game milestone on the UI, on the interface, you know, and just handing to the feel that you're in a rally game, that you're in a rally, and when you're at a rally. So that is good to see. And as you can see, nice little touches there with the schedule as well. So you know, you've got the times of day when you're going to do this, and you know, there's all the different gravel types, you know, sandy gravel, stony gravel, and dry gravel. And as you can see, the length of the stages, big downside I feel, you know, only 2 miles long, and they've tried to elongate it with hairpin turns at least on these stages in the demo, which is a bit bad again. It was a bit of a symptom of WRC3, and so yeah, hopefully they're going to make the stages a bit longer. I think the longest stage is about 6 kilometers in the WRC4 game. But as you can see, new loading screen going into the rally stage. Got a little quote from Sebastian Loeb there talking about the specials and the suspension, and so there's nice little touches added again, and more great information on the stage coming up. On stage 1 is difficulty 4 out of 5, and you know, it did take a couple of goes to get a nice clean run through this stage. I didn't even get a clean run on my replay laps, did I, on my my no comment runs. But as you can see, the loading screen, you know, when you get into the stage, and you know, nice little snapshots of the scenery, looks very nice. And you know, graphics not too much improvements, you know, pretty similar, just slight little improvement, just make it touch nice, as you would expect from, you know, year iterations of games, you know, little tiny improvements. But as you can see, you go to the start line at the beginning of the rally. It's nice to see as you've got the lights counting down. There's a bit of a shame you can't see the lights from the cockpit cam, so I have to put, you know, the lights on in the HUD there. But as you can see, nice cockpit cam, so much improved. It's not crappy looking like WRC3. It's so much improved. That's nice to see. And as you can see, as you can probably tell from what I'm saying, this game is just much more professional looking, and you know, much more heading to the atmosphere of the rally. And you know, that is nice to see from Milestone. Unfortunately, I've now got to talk about the steps that haven't really been taken forward. I've talked about the big steps taken forward. You know, I've been very positive about the game so far, but unfortunately, driving physics just still not quite there for me. You know, WRC3, the physics weren't really there, but it was a fun game to drive. I didn't get really much fun out of WRC4. I can't really slide the cars around the corners like I like. I like playing with the throttle basically, you know, around corners. I can't really do that. I have to almost drive like I'm on the street circuit, you know, in F1 2013, like I'm in that game. You know, I have to be very precise, and maybe that's, you know, a bit more realistic about the rally cars that we got now, because you know, Nook on board, and you know, it seems like the cars don't slide around as much and not hairy beasts like they were in the 90s, or even hairier in the 80s with Group B. But you know, graphics in car looks much better, and you know, the stages, I noticed if you go on the grass a bit, on the gravel, you do get you do get a bit of the slide on, so that is nice to see. As you see there, good time in there. And so yeah, the stages, you know, okay. As I said, stage length, a bit of a Roy. Driver physics, the car does feel a bit more grounded than it did in WRC3, but it's not grounded enough, and I get not enough feedback really from the controller. Or it might be better from the steering wheel. I haven't played any of these games with the steering wheel, might be a bit better there, but there wasn't enough feel from the controller. It's a bit more feel than WRC3, I will give you that, but still just not enough. The physics just not quite there, at least for me. And did this demo really make me want to get the game? Unfortunately not. I've got Richard Burns Rally on my laptop. I've got it running now. I've got like the mods on, and I can drive that with my steering wheel, so I'm going to drive that. Unfortunately, I'm not going to give WRC4 a look, but I would suggest it to people who haven't actually played WRC games before and just want to have a WRC game on the console. And you know, I think it would be good to people who want to be introduced to rally games as well. And I was thinking that this would be a good starter game. You know, he's got a bit of that accessibility, and you know, even though the handling's not quite what I like, I'm sure it'd be, you know, nice for other people, you know, with a grounded car, the car that does not go all over the place, you know. And so we finished the stage here, and so that's my impressions of the WRC4 demo. Unfortunately, it didn't quite do its job of getting me to get WRC4. I'm going to finish playing WRC3, and then you'll see Richard Burns Rally on this channel, unfortunately. But maybe WRC5, if they, you know, do a next gen, I might take a look at that. So hope you have enjoyed listening to my thoughts. Will you get WRC4 as he has out today? Let me know. Sound fortune. So till next time, cheerio.